What if your memories aren't entirely your own? What if large groups of people remember the same events, the same details, the same versions of history, even when the records say they're wrong? Tonight we explore a strange and unsettling question. Are collective memories real? Or are we all sharing the same blind spots? Memory feels personal, intimate, reliable. But science tells us something very different. Human memory isn't a recording. It's a reconstruction. Every time you remember something, your brain rebuilds the memory, filling in gaps with context, expectation, and belief. Over time, those reconstructions can drift, without you ever noticing. Now imagine that process happening not just to one person, but to entire groups. Psychologists call this collective memory, the shared way groups remember events, stories, and historical moments. It's shaped by culture, media, education, and repetition. When a particular version of an event is repeated often enough, it becomes familiar. And familiarity feels like truth. This is where shared historical blind spots emerge. Sometimes people confidently recall details that never existed, phrases, outcomes, timelines, or visual elements that don't match documented history. Yet the confidence is striking. These aren't vague impressions. They feel vivid, emotional, certain. Skeptics argue this is simply false memory, a well-documented psychological phenomenon. Our brains are efficient, not perfect. They simplify complex information and rely on patterns. When many people are exposed to the same sources, the same education systems, the same media narratives, similar errors naturally form. But others believe there's more happening here. They point out that some collective memories appear independently across different regions and generations. People with no connection, no shared discussion, remembering the same incorrect details. This raises a deeper question. Why do certain inaccuracies spread, while others never take hold? One explanation lies in how societies compress history. To make sense of the past, we reduce it into simplified narratives, heroes and villains, clean endings, clear causes. Over time, complexity disappears. What remains is a story that feels right, even if it's incomplete or inaccurate. Another explanation is social reinforcement. When someone hears others confirm a memory, confidence increases. Doubt fades. The memory solidifies, even if it was wrong from the beginning. But some theorists go further still. They suggest collective memories may hint at something more unsettling, the possibility that our perception of history isn't fixed. That reality itself may be more flexible than we assume. If consciousness plays a role in shaping what we experience, could shared belief influence how events are remembered, or even how they unfold? Others tie collective memories to information overload. In the modern world, we're flooded with data, edits, updates, revisions, reinterpretations. History is no longer static. It's constantly rewritten, reframed, and represented. In that environment, certainty becomes fragile. So when records change, when versions conflict, when digital archives update silently, people are left trusting their memory over the system. And sometimes, memory wins. Of course, there's no evidence that history itself is changing. No proof of altered timelines or rewritten realities. But what is proven is that human memory, especially shared memory, is deeply vulnerable to influence. And yet, the phenomenon persists. Why do certain shared false memories feel so real? Why do they cluster around cultural touchstones? And why do so many people experience the same confusion at the same time? Perhaps collective memories aren't evidence of a broken reality, but a mirror showing how humans construct meaning together, how stories shape identity, how repetition becomes truth, and how history is not just what happened, but what we agree happened. So are collective memories real? In one sense, absolutely. They live in minds, cultures, and shared belief. But whether they reveal something deeper about reality, or simply the limits of human memory, remains an open question. What do you think? Are shared historical blind spots just mistakes, or signs that memory, history, and reality are more connected than we realize? Let us know in the comments, and as always, stay curious.